Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome. My name is Dawn of the Dutch, and I'm doing today some League of Legends gameplay. This is actually not something I've done. I've recorded this using LOL Recorder. I'm just showing you as how the game does. This is the Dominion beta, so well, I did a bit of beta. Actually, it was just one match. I've played it. It's very different from the original 5 versus 5 or 3 versus 3 PvP. It's really chaotic, to be honest. You keep moving around. It's a lot more moving around than the old school mode. As you can see, I'm at the purple team. I am Rammus. That name that you're seeing right now is not going to be permanent. It's going to be an old name. I'm going to be replacing it soon once the money transfer is complete. I got apparently Tarek, Garen, Rammus. I think this was Cho'Gath and Warwick. We're facing off against two carries, Yi and Ashe. A new character called Riven, which I am not familiar with, Heimendinger, and their Tarek. So, well, don't expect, this is still really unranked gameplay, so don't expect like major tactics or anything. No, there's no communication between team members. I think we just won by luck. It's got nothing to do with skill. I play really bad in this game, mostly because Rammus is one of the free-to-play champions when I did this, so I'm not really familiar with how he plays. I got a bit of a taste of it though. He's pretty good. He's got some interesting abilities. He's very good at his ultimate is especially effective against multi-target attacks, mostly if it's when involving attacking. Well, let's just keep it with the minions because it's an AoE ability, almost like a nuking, but over time. So yeah, I'm just gonna give you some commentary. Do understand that I am not, like I said before, I'm still quite amateur. I never commentate on PvP things, so don't expect like complete professional, like you're watching a sports game or an esports game, esports match, because that's just not what it's going to be. So, well, yeah, so this match is going to start any moment. I really enjoyed Dominion, though. It's kind of getting used to. It's a bit weird because you already started level 3, so you can get free abilities the same right at the beginning of the match. You also have a lot more gold, so you'll be spending on quite a few new items. Yeah, we already started great off with one of our team members already. Yeah, I made a bit of a mistake. I got out of the game for a while, so I forgot what the button was for the shop, which was P and not B. So yeah, you started level 3. You got a lot more gold at your disposal, which is also very different. And there are some, well, replacement spells in this match that you didn't have in the old school mode. As you can see, Dominion is kind of like Conquest. You just have to capture these 5 points and then hold them until the other team beats. Like, new differences is these things, which are speed boosts. And as you can see, these little runes over here, these green ones, right almost in the middle of the screen, are used for a bit of healing. As you can see, the match is already starting. Like I said, I'm using LOL replay. The spectator mode still hasn't been introduced yet to LOL, so there's still no way for me to show you any sort of look from the other team sides. Yeah, there's some chatter with my group. They're French, so I don't know what they're saying. So yeah, here we go. As you can see, me and Warwick are going for the Boneyard, while Tarek and Garen go for the Quarry, I think it is. Capturing these points, of course, like in any Conquest game, the more members per team are trying to take over the same point, the faster it's done. Now, I really hated Heimendinger. He may have support abilities, but they're all like these. All of his abilities are using these turrets. Like I said before, I'm not playing very smart as Rammus. I'm not familiar with him, so I just get my ass kicked, mostly because that was bad placement. I just got my bad butt kicked. You're gonna be seeing that a lot. I'm really not good at this just yet. Like I said, it's unranked. I'm only about now, thanks to this match, after we finished it. I'm not gonna say who wins because you're gonna have to see that at the end. I got to level 9, so, well, yeah, I really don't play this ridiculous a lot. But I still enjoy it, though. It's a really nice game. It's really about tactics and, of course, PvP combat. There's no, like, scripted behavior from the champion, so you don't know what to expect. I made an immediate retreat, and I still got my butt kicked. That I was really just feeding the team. Luckily, since this game is not about this, I did have a little bit of an event. It is not really about this time feeding the team kills. Of course, I don't want to feed them kills. It just sort of happened. Hey, sue me if you want to for being crappy. I'm still kind of new to this. And like I said before, there are these healing points. I don't know what these things do, though. I don't know if there's some sort of power boost like you have in the PvP, like in Warsun Gulch or the other PvP battlegrounds in WoW. This is what I hate about Heimerdinger. It just places these fucking turrets on the ground, which then, of course, causes you to take damage. You really need to be careful. Yeah, that's just great. We just lost another one of our team members. So it's now 3 against 4. So it's not a fair match anymore. I thought I could win this fight, but Heimerdinger is really tough, while the only thing he's got is a magic penetration boots. So I didn't understand a damn thing about how he could beat us that easily. Okay, he's got Vampiric Scepter and Berserker's Grief, so he's just mowing down a lot of dudes. We still got the upper hand for the moment with more points. Yeah, if you notice that I'm not really doing well with camera controls, hey, I don't do this a lot, so Warwick is... I've read his abilities in the champion tab, but he really doesn't have the kind of stuff that I would be looking for in a champion. I do get a few kills off during this match, but I really am not good at this. I just need to look a bit at what he does. This is when I tried it. This is, I think, when I got my first... no. Correction, I didn't. I thought I could take him, but the bastard just placed another turret, and I wasn't going to take him mowing me down with one of those damn things. I do like the fact that there's continuing being a sense of being... It never happens that one team is completely dominating the map unless the team is so crappy that it's playing that it just happens. Another thing also, this time around they've put in more creep models, super creeps, since there are of course no inhibitors are not spawning, or maybe that has something to do with those crystals. I don't know. It's just a lot different from the old, well, you know, PvP 5 versus 5, 3 versus 3. As you can see, we're trying to take this point. Heimerdinger is once again on the defensive. I try to flank him, but I roll into his turret, unfortunately, so my rolls immediately cancel. Try to take him down. He's trying to make a run for it. I try to chase him down. Damn bastard puts in another turret, I think. I think it was smart not to go after him because I was afraid I was going to get my butt kicked. Heimerdinger is really not a champion you want to be underestimating, because he will kick your ass if you're not careful. He'll just overwhelm you with his turrets. This is when I decided for a small attack. He placed a dot on me, apparently. I didn't know what it was. Apparently it's got something to do with quests. I don't know. He's making a push here. Like I said, I'm not an expert on commentating. I'm just strolling around seeing. This is when I tried to take on Yi. That was a mistake to do. Or was it? Oh, actually, apparently I was able to kill him. I don't know how I pulled that off. Maybe because of that buff I had. Here I'm just getting some creep kills. Roll does have a good... Powerball does have a good effect for that. Just rolling through rolling into these dudes, and everything in the area just gets knocked back. It's good for spell interrupting, or well, just knocking them back. Maybe if you play it smart, you could, in the old game, like you know, in the old 5 versus 5, you could roll your if you do it right. If you hit him, for example, when he's attacking one of your turrets, you could throw him right into it. Actually, what I'm saying is it doesn't make any sense. For example, that you try to roll and use Powerball to try and knock him into the tower's range. That really would work to your advantage. Now the whole point is just like in the original game, try to destroy the Nexus, except by instead of directly attacking it, you just have to take over these points, which I don't know, supports the. Yeah, it's not important how it works. It's a very simple. It's just a conquest game, and it really works well on that front. They've really done a good job with it. It's still in beta, so there's probably still some placement or balancing issues with certain things. But in my eyes, they've really done a good job with this. They could have done it a whole lot worse. It's nice that they're bringing in a new type of mode, because although of course PvP is always fun, although you're always playing on the same map, so you say there's never going to be a difference, it always depends on which heroes are in the game, or champions is better said, and of course how these players play. Because of course some champions have a choice out of being tanky or damaging, or a caster, or attack. It really depends on what you do. I don't know why I activated my Powerball there. Probably a mistake. I thought that Powerball cost for a movement speed increase, but I don't think it was the case. This is when I go back. Yeah, Cho'Gath apparently levels up. I don't know how he levels up. I'm still surprised that we actually won this. Either they're not playing as smart as I thought they were, or we're just doing it. Now, as you can see, our Tarek is beating up on Heimendinger again. He's now getting his ass kicked because he was taking on one champion. Plus, he's not in an advantageous position. Their Tarek is taking over this position. He's decided to help him, or at least I think he is. Heimendinger continues to chase down our Tarek. He's not doing a very good job at it. He's pushing him away from our position. That's not a good thing. He's supposed to keep that, prevent that from happening. I think this is Heimerdinger's ultimate, because it really looks like a bad news kind of turret. Like, say, you get too close and you're dead meat if you get hit by that one. Heimerdinger's all about, as far as I can say, placement of these small like you could say wards. Yeah, it was not the most brilliant match to record, but hey, it was the first one I ever was able to record, so I put on some League of Legends stuff. Got the game. I said that I'd be putting out videos of any sort of game I play. This was a very nice move, but we could have done it better. Like I said, Heimendinger is a bitch to fight. This is when I use tremors, and my timing was pretty good. I'm mowing down these creeps. I also got a Sunfire Cape, which causes for a small amount of AoE. I decided to take on the turret because, well, it's better if it goes down, because it can get a bit annoying. Yeah, like I said, either these guys just really weren't in the mood to play, or they're just playing this crappy. I didn't get the heal. I don't know why I didn't get it, and for some reason I got stuck here. I don't know how that happened, but I did get my butt kicked. No surprise, I'm getting swarmed by 3 dudes. I was just hoping to interrupt their attempt at taking over the point. I was able to take over the areas, but a new thing that they've also put in is a lot better music style. I don't know what, like I said, I don't know what these crystals do. Apparently, as far as I can tell, they look like they empower. Yeah, so it causes for a buff that you get that makes you a lot more tougher. That's why they probably placed it in the middle of the area. So that's going to be like, once it gets there, a member of the team is going to probably go for a race to get to it as soon as possible. Honestly, I'm not completely sure. I haven't played Dominion this much. that much. Actually, just one match. With her, I'm still not really sure what her abilities are. She's called Riven. She's apparently a melee fighter. From what I can tell, she does not have a mana bar, so she's probably using the rage or just cooldown based attacks. Apparently, Cho'Gath has once again decided not to play. He's really not a spoiled sport, but he's just an ass. I get this a lot the last few days. I don't know, people see my name and they all of a sudden decide to disconnect. This team fight, they should have already ran away as soon as they saw us coming. It's 4 against 2. The odds are not in their favor. We're just now moving as an entire group along and taking over points. This is when, yeah, Yi takes over 1 point, Heimerdinger takes another, but while they're taking 2, we take another 1 back. At least, I think that's the plan. I think we also succeed. I mean, it's 3 of us against 1. To take over 1 point. I decided to take on the minions, while they take over the point. This was not decided. I just well, it was decided by me alone. It was never decided by all of us. But I thought it was a good idea because, well, hey, this is a team game. You cannot win this game thinking that you can do it all by yourself. Do that, and there's only one thing gonna happen to you. You're gonna get killed. You're just gonna be feeding the enemy. You need to work together. Yeah, so League of Legends. For anyone who is not familiar with this game, it's a Dota game. Dota is a, I don't know if it's a mod or a type of, it was a multiplayer game mode that was introduced into Warcraft 3. You chose these heroes who had a set of abilities that you could pick up. And then it was in the custom map, of course. And then, well, the whole point was to take down the main structure of the enemy. You had to fight through these little guys. There were these little guys, which are these. And then these, called minions. They're called minions in this. I don't know what they called them in Warcraft 3. That's what it really got off. It's what, to put it in simple terms, Warcraft 3 started it. Dota, which is short for Defense of the Ancients, and perfected the whole thing. I don't know exactly when that game came out. It was before I really got into gaming. Then, of course, a whole bunch of these Dota games came out. I wouldn't be surprised if other strategy games with multiplayer did this, but another Dota game is Heroes of Newerth, also called Han. They say it's less popular because it's way too much of a Dota clone. They just copied it almost in every possible way. I don't know if that's true. I never played it, so I can't really. I got my butt kicked here again by that stupid turret son of a. I hate that thing. So yeah, we did do a pretty good job at this. As you can see, there's no time limit like there was in the original game. It's just about when the enemy is willing to quit, or until, of course, the enemy's nexus is destroyed, which you do by controlling these points. I really still have to say that this is a very interesting new mode. It's nice that they put in a new mode because it really, well, to put it in simple terms, you really get the feeling that it's a lot more chaotic, to be honest, which is actually, in my opinion, a lot more fun. There's no control. It's not one-sided. All of a sudden you could be swarmed from three sides by the enemy, so, or you with your teammates can swarm the enemy from 3 different sides. So yeah, I think it's a really interesting way. Yeah, I used Powerball immediately there. I don't know why. So back to the Dota thing. Dota games, actually, let's say I got the word about it when I was watching it when Total Biscuit played it. By the way, Total Biscuit is awesome. I love his videos. Just to put a bit of advertisement for him. Try to get a people or two into it. So yeah, that's how I got into it. I heard it was free to play, so and then I think fine. If it's free to play, I don't have any problems with it. So I went along and played, and I wouldn't say I got really into it, but I like it.
it's really just a PvP. It's a full-on multiplayer game. You can play it in single player, but that's just against bots. But that's just in practice match. You could use that to get familiar with your team, with the new heroes you get. But I think always the best way to really learn your heroes is just to immediately throw them into the main game. That way you can learn how they work, what's the best strategy, or in which combination you should use your ability. Yeah, now I'm just slacking off at the shop for a while, getting some stuff. I just can't make up my mind of what I should get. Yeah, as you can see, this is weird. Normally it's chill. Of course, because this isn't, of course, like the original traditional game. These beams are probably, which, of course, as it is obviously. This shows that beam is what's causing the nexus, which is this crystal this time around, rather than a weird structure. Structure is the nexus. So well, at the moment we're getting our butts kicked. They've got 3 points, we've got 1, so they're at the advantage. But hey, who knows? Maybe we'll make a comeback. We're getting. That makes point number 2. So yeah, they're losing points and we're gaining. That's at least how it should be. I don't know where I went. Oh yeah, I didn't expect the confrontation, so I tried to come in for the rescue. That was a bad move. I got my point. I was hoping to get a kill off, but unfortunately they completely swarmed me. Heimendinger. Till now, there's two champions in the entire game, which I'm really starting to hate. I'm starting to hate, actually, Heimendinger, and who I hate is Gragas. He has so many of these abilities that I am too stupid to get out of. You could also say that's your fault. I agree. I need to learn Gragas' abilities better, but he has... The problem I have with Gragas' abilities that they're not unit targeted. It's area targeted, and it's not like an AoE. It has no casting time, only a travel time, which is very short. This way he controls your movement, so he's very annoying in lanes, especially when he's in the top lane with another. So there's a good chance that he's trying to maneuver you into the enemy, so you're probably going to get your ass kicked. So they're probably trying to lock you in and then kill you. One of the more better ones I'm with is, till now, I've discovered are the 2 carries, which are our opponents at the moment, which are Yi and Ashe. Another one which I've already started to really get along with is Twisted Fate. He's one of the more... He's not a high tier. He's not a high tier champion, but according to the stats, they say that the difficulty in learning how to use him, I don't know if that's what difficulty holds, or that the difficulty in his abilities. But the difficulty in learning how to fight as him or against him, I've really gotten into it. I haven't played a ridiculous amount of it, but I'm loving it. I am really starting to get into it. He has a very nice, well, not necessarily nice, but interesting set of abilities. For example, he's got this ability which is called Pick a Card, which causes that one of his next basic attacks does extra damage plus a certain effect. I'm not going to be discussing it in any full detail. Well, because I'm planning to, of course, play some more League of Legends and put it in as well. I just got my ass kicked again. Like I said, I am not good at this game yet, and like I said, I haven't played that much as Rammus, so it's really hard for me to get an understanding of his abilities and which items are good for him. For the moment, I got Randuin's Omen for armor, Sunfire Cape also for armor, Berserker's Greaves for some extra attack speed, some extra attack damage and ability power, more armor. The reason why are you taking so much armor if you're trying to create it into a damage? You see, Rammus has a passive ability which causes that, what is it, God damn it, son of a... Rammus' shell grants him additional strength by converting 25% of his armor into attack damage, meaning that for every piece of armor you get, 25% of that armor is converted into attack damage. Oh yeah, by the way, finally, Cho'Gath has decided to get into the fight. He's been sleeping this whole match, literally. As in sleeping, I mean, he's been DC'd the whole time. I hated that, because I hated... You go into a match... and they either don't play because they think they're going to lose, or they don't like the team composition, or they just get disconnected out of out of, well, their internet connection. If that's the case, I'm completely fine with it. But if it's because they don't want to play, then why start the match in the first place? If you're playing in an unranked match, not with your friends, and you can expect that things are not going to go as you want to. That's the way how it works when you're not playing against friends. So, as you can see, we're winning! I never expected it. I really thought that at the end we were going to lose. I never expected to win this match. That did cause me to level up. So, yeah, we're about to blow up their nexus with the very bright beams that we were getting from these turrets. So, yeah, so this is my first commentary of League of Legends. I'm hoping to do this a lot more when I get the time. I, of course, still have to put out more of my videos from Mass Effect 2, as well as, of course, the Terraria thing we just started. This video is actually from last weekend. It's actually a long time ago, but I never got the chance to really record it because, well, there was I got stuff to do, and I was planning to bring it out on a Monday, or at least record it, but then Jeff Dunham and the roast of Charlie Sheen was on TV. At least here it was the debut of it, because the debut, what am I saying? TV premiere. Like I said before, I'm from Holland, so if Americans are saying it was already here months or weeks ago, that's because you guys, it's yours. I don't understand what's going on here. The match should have ended already, I think. I mean, their Nexus is only on 5 points. They should have been beaten. It could be that, like they said, Tolbiskin has explained before that the health bars didn't always work well during with LOL recorder. Probably the same problem lies within the Nexus thing. I don't know, or maybe you need to capture all 5 points to really defeat the enemy. I don't know what it caused it, but like I said, this Dominion thing is really, I really think it's going to catch on. I think it has a lot of good, it's had a lot of good responses, I think, from the people. It's, at least I'm going to give it a good response to it if I ever go to the forums, which I don't, because I'm not buying a game to give constantly telling the the creators, yeah, you guys made an awesome, cool looking game or new mode. I just really play. I'm not really into the whole, you say be social, get into the community. Yeah, sure, I'd love to, but why should I, if about 100,000 other people, if it has that many people playing it, already playing it. Yeah, this is when I take down Tarek. Tarek is not someone you have to worry about when you're facing him alone. I got a lot more health than he is, and he's a support class. He's got he has healing abilities mostly. He's really not that hard to beat. He really should have found a way to just run away from me. I beat him on my own, and I didn't think the health. There was, of course, a major difference in maximum health, but still, it doesn't matter. Like I said, Tarek is a support class. He's not meant to be fighting alone. So, yeah, I don't know what's going up here with the, as you can see, the bars on the top are what represent, of course, the stability of the Nexus. Simply put it, it's health bar. Which one breaks first? We almost win. Just 2 points. Here we go. Booyah! Here we go. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to, just say if you want more of this League of Legends work. Well, thanks for watching.